Rock Hill and the world, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you're watching this. I'm Chris Corrado here with another episode of Rock Hill Video. Today is Monday, April 5th, 2021 at 9:06 a.m. Today we're going to talk more boxing. Guest today is Melvin Dewitt of Gisecurity. Good morning, Melvin.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning, Chris. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, doing great. So I know you have a business, Gisecurity. What is it? What exactly do you all do?
Well, we do a lot when it comes down to security. We do. I started my business 2011, Gisecurity. It's like a family-owned business. Okay. I named my business after my family. Believe it or not, the I is for India, my daughter, and I have Grace is like a household name. So we have two family members of Grace, so that's what the G stands for. And also, what we do, we provide security service 24 hours, 24/7, 24 hours a day. Of security. We offer constructions and commercial site protection. We serve eviction notices and foot patrol and motor patrol. We service apartments, complexes, malls, anything have to do with contract security. That's basically what we do. Armed guard. Unarmed, we have armed guards, we have unarmed guards to help provide security. So that's, in a nutshell, some of the things that we do.
Okay. Where are you located and what areas do you cover?
Well, my office is located in Elgin. However, my license goes for the state of South Carolina. Okay. So I can cover any location in South Carolina, and we have a agreement with other states. We can cover other states also.
Okay. And if we wanted to learn more about your business, if somebody wanted to say hire you, how would we find out more about you?
Well, we have a website. Okay, it's www.gisecurity, all spelled one word. Make it easy. gisecurity.com. And the website will tell you, and even you can put in the website what type of security that you're requesting for, and hit send. It's like an application you fill out. Okay. And fill out that little application. You hit send. It comes directly to my office. Put my security guys on it and girls, and will handle that situation, and like I said, any type of security you like to have, especially malls, construction company, commercial type of security, contractors, constructions, stuff like that. If you want to patrol, we have cars, we have SUVs for security to do our patrol. So just go to my website and just fill out a little questionnaire, and I will get it.
Okay, that's great to know, because a lot of people probably don't even know that there are businesses like yours to even, call or request services from.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when you said construction, I thought about that too, because a lot of times there's probably a lot of stuff, those workers and owners, they have to leave behind overnight. You don't want anybody breaking in and stealing anything.
Oh, you got that right. We the harder it get in the summer, we have a lot of theft, a lot of people stealing generators, even vehicles. They steal items out of houses like stoves, cabinets, different appliances, because the houses are, most of them, are unsecured. So that where the security should come in at. To have security, patrol security, armed guard, I recommend, to secure those types of areas, it's a cause of high theft.
Okay, awesome. Now, I met you last month at a big boxing event in Greenville, South Carolina at the Marriott. Why do you like boxing?
Well, I like boxing, Chris, because I was a wrestler in the military, in the Army, believe it or not. I was a wrestler in Europe, okay? And I enjoy all types of competitive sports. I have never been a boxer myself. However, I have a love for all competitive sports. Is one of boxing is one of the most competitive sports there is. A boxer goes through a great level of training to get the will to win, because boxing, somebody hit you, you got to hit them back because you get knocked out.
Oh, yeah.
So you got to be competitive. So you got to train yourself, what I'm saying. And it's very competitive. So I like all competitive sports. And so I just want to be part of that type of, lifestyle, I should say.
Okay. Yeah, well, I think we definitely saw some people take some solid shots last month during those fights.
Oh, yeah.
And if you said you wrestled too, you probably understand the training that boxers have to go through when it comes to eat, not just the workouts, but the eating too.
Almost definitely. You have to, eat the right foods. You have to train constantly and be ready at all times. It's like the military. You got to be ready.
Yes, sir. Thank you for your service.
You're welcome.
Any what specific boxers do you like? Whether they're local guys or any pros from now or in the past?
Well, Muhammad Ali was my man. Okay, now let's put that on the table. Muhammad Ali was my man. Also, Mike Tyson was my man too. I like him. He's a pit bull. Okay. However, that's then. But I also like local boxing also. Okay. Local boxing, you have to be like to go to that level, or to be at that level of Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, and all these other guys. Okay. You got to start somewhere. Okay. And to start somewhere, you got to start at the local level and build your way up. Okay. Because that's you gotta train yourself, and that's part of training by participating in local sports or local whatever you're trying to do to for your goal, to meet your goal.
Okay. Any whether it be the fights we watched, last month, or anything with Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson, what memorable moments can you think of that just really like, whoa, I remember when that happened. That was interesting.
Well, Chris, be honest with you, there were excellent boxers there, okay, with great potential, all right. However, the most memorable boxer was my guy, Mr. Shamir Rice, Mr. Rice, because he was the one boxer of the fighting that was able to endure all 4 rounds. Okay. That's impressive. Okay. Over half of the boxers there went down before the second round.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So when a person has heart and trained well, as Mr. Shamir Rice, the last 4 rounds, that to me, win or lose, that's impressive. Okay, when you're talking about boxing, okay, or wrestling or any sports, if you can last to the end, that's where it's at in my mind.
And I believe other than I know Shamir Rice is a coach and a pro boxer. You're sponsoring him, and then there's another guy you're sponsoring too, right?
Yes. Well, I was first. I was asked by Shamir Rice, who is one of my employees, my best employees. Okay, Mr. Rice one of my best employees. And he asked me if I would sponsor him. And I immediately said yes, because he's one of my best employees. After sponsoring Mr. Rice, I was also asked if I would sponsor Mr. Arsenio Hall, who would not sponsor Arsenio Hall. He's a world name, right?
Right. Yes.
Yeah, he's the worldwide name there. Popular name. I love it. I think they both have the great potential in the boxing profession, and will be successful in their career of boxing, because Mr. Arsenio Hall his record 1-2. He knockout one. I think he's yes. He knocked one guy out. Okay, and in boxing, that's, to me, again, that's very impressive. So anybody have the ability to train and just have 2 or 3 boxing matches and happen to knock someone out, that, to me, that's very impressive. So I have no problem sponsoring him. Also, I was asked, and I would say, hey, I have no problem sponsoring Arsenio Hall and Mr. Rice, because they have great potential. Okay, I love local boxing, local baseball, local football, I like local sports. Period.
Absolutely. Yeah, for our viewers watching, when he was talking about Shamir Rice enduring those 4 rounds, that's the beginning of pros. That's 4 3-minute rounds. So, I've boxed before as an amateur, and I could tell you sometimes after just a couple of 2-minute rounds, it can be exhausting. And going in there 3 rounds, you get a minute break, and then you do that total of 4 times. That's a 12-minute fight. That's win, lose, or draw. You got to give respect to somebody who can continue to fight that long. And then Arsenio, that when you talked about that fight about him knocking somebody out, I was there for that too. And I remember, I believe he took a hit and in the 3rd round, and then in the 4th round he came back and ended the fight early with a knockout. So I was really impressed with him as well.
Yes, that's very impressive to come off the street, and train a little bit and get the right coach, Lisa, to guide you in the right direction, in the right training plan, program, and Lisa was able to train him, Mr. Arsenio Hall, to come right off the street, get in the ring, practice, up to the level, from the streets, from the level, to be able to knock someone out in a competitive boxing is very impressive, because it's different than you're on the street, you knock someone out, because that person on the street is and a lot 9 times out of 10 not on the same level you're on. That's the one. Number 2, it's normally be a blind shot, and the guy who you probably knocked out on the street probably have some medical issues, possibility, all type of scenarios in that process. So by going into the ring, fighting someone that very competitive on the same level you are, and you're able to win that fight and able to knock that person out on the same level you are, and that's very impressive. It's a different process on the street versus in the ring. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yeah, if you want to learn more about these guys, like I said, Shamir Rice, like I said, he's on Instagram, he's on Facebook. It's CHAMEIR, last name Rice. And then Arsenio Hall, just like the celebrity you've probably heard of since the 80s. I believe it's all spelled the same way. And same thing with Melvin right here. If you want to learn more about him, like I said, he has social media. He's got his website. Check these guys out. And, these fights are all over the Carolinas. I've seen these guys fight in Greenville, Rock Hill. Yeah, there's a flyer for April 17th. Where's that one going to be?
This is going to be in Aiken.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be in Aiken.
Yeah, it is. I saw So Aiken,
Aiken,
South Carolina on April 17th. And they've been doing
yeah,
fighting out of Columbia, South Carolina too. So, you know,
yes,
that's 4 different places in South Carolina where you have an opportunity to see these guys.
yes.
Now, Melvin, before we
So,
close out, is there anything you want to add that we might not have talked about your business, boxing, whatever?
well, well, for security, okay, I would like to provide security service to various companies throughout the South Carolina area, as well as personal security as needed during sports and events, like I said earlier. I love that. Okay. Um, let's see. Like I said earlier, my security uh, officers and staff are well trained to provide armed and unarmed contracts security for everyone we provide security for in the state of South Carolina. Okay. Like I said earlier, to find more information about my company, you go to www. I'm gonna say it very slow. GNI Security, all one word, gnisecurity.com, and fill out the questionnaire, and I will get it, and I will process it, and send you some security guards.
G and I Security.
Yeah, all one word, GNI Security, all one word.com.
All right. Anything else you wanted to add about boxing or any of the boxers?
Well, we talk about the records. Well, like I said earlier, I like boxing because I was a wrestler, and it's very competitive. And boxing is a little bit more competitive than wrestling, if you ask me. So coming to the boxing matches that we putting on, such as this flyer right here, and we're gonna have more flyers, okay? To actually watch a live boxing match is very impressive. I had a great time in Greenville. Great, you got to experience that. You'll go home feeling good, and you'll go home exercising, and you'll go home eating right. You'll go home thinking about well, the only way you can prevent health issues is to exercise, and watching a boxing match will help you in that process. You just got to come to the fight.
April 17th in Aiken, South Carolina. Feel free to Google it. I'm sure there's plenty of information you could find on how to get tickets. And if you're in the area or you could travel, it's depending on where everybody lives. Like I live in Rock Hill. Aiken's about 2 hours away, I believe. Roughly.
Depends on from Columbia.
I live in Rock Hill.
Okay, so yeah, about 2 hours.
Yeah.
On about hour and a half, depending on what kind of car you drive.
Right. And that's not too bad of a drive. I'm sure there's hotels around, or you could drive back. It'll end early enough to where you're not, getting back too late if you don't want to stay.
Well, in the future, I would like to sponsor all local boxing events down the road, because we have no idea where this is going. We might end up in Las Vegas. Never know, because this is a great feeling. Great feeling, and I feel good about it. So I'm gonna hang in there.
Yeah, boxing is definitely getting, in my opinion, getting big again, especially in this area.
Yes, it's very, very popular. It's coming back because the medication, I guess, the COVID-19 shots. A lot of people getting them now, and COVID-19, the numbers is going down. So people's getting out. They're getting out in 40 deep, groups, and going to events and going to boxing events, going to different types of activities. So boxing is moving up now.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you, Melvin, for coming on the show this morning. Is there anything else you wanted to add before we close out?
Well, support local boxing.
Awesome. Thank you. All right, fans. This is going to be on rockhillvideo.com. Please feel free to check that out. We have a lot of different interviews on there. Local businesses we advertise for. For the upcoming fights as well. Also, thank you, Lisa Garland. I'm sure you're watching. Thank you for introducing me to Melvin and a lot of great boxers and just people in general. We definitely appreciate that. Also, check out Lisa Garland. She's a coach. She's on Instagram, Facebook. She's also not just a coach, a pro boxer and a good person. So we definitely appreciate knowing her. With that's the end of the show today. Feel free to share this with people on social media. Go see our site. You all have a great day.
Hi, Chris.